Hi, I want to talk about a social issue that I believe should be changed or at least looked at, reviewed, what have you. I believe a higher education should be free to help end poverty. And if not free, it should be more attainable than it is now, meaning it should be more affordable. I believe education is the key to empowerment and it will give better opportunities for the ones who live on the poverty line. All students should be able to get an equal education. That should go for all, no matter what your financial background you come from. You should Everyone should have the opportunity to get a higher education. Education, a higher education will make for a better society. I personally believe if you had more educated people, that will give them the chance to get better jobs. It might cut down on crime in society because most, not all, but some crime comes from people. They feel like this is what they must do to make ends meet because they don't know any better. They're not educated. They've never been given the opportunity, or nor could they afford the opportunity to take advantage of that situation so they can better put themselves in a better place financially and would not have to resort to crime as they feel they have to. That's just one of my personal opinions. That's something I believe that if you were had more education, it may cut down on some of the crime in society. And I believe it will also break the cycle of poverty. When you know better, you do better. And I believe it's just one big cycle for many. If you grow up in poverty, then you have children. They don't see any different. They don't know any different. And they just repeat it. Then they have kids and they repeat it. And it's because they don't have the resources or the knowledge to know in what direction they should go as far as to getting a higher education, because maybe they don't have the guidance, or and also the most important thing, they think they cannot afford it, because most cannot afford it. I think a higher education should be free and affordable for those reasons. You have some that think it shouldn't be free, and I can agree with some of the reasons why, but that's why I say if not free, it should be more so affordable. There are pros and cons to everything in life, no matter what it is. Everything has a pro and a con. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be the good with the bad. Some believe if college was free, it would increase the attendance in college. Of course, it would. Everyone would want to go to college. Then you would, at least you would think, because they wouldn't have to worry about paying back student loan debt, and they could get a better job once they graduate, and that would make for a well-educated society. Everyone, we will all be educated. Not all, but in a perfect world, we would be. Then we have some that disagree, and this is where I do understand, because if it's free, who's going to pay for it? Someone has to pay for it. And most likely, it's going to come from taxes. And so this is where people's like, they're like, no, that's impossible. We can't have a free higher education, because that will require, now we're going to have to put taxes on this and taxes on that, because it's going to come from us. We're going to pay for it. Um, I also feel that some, this is one of the reasons why they don't agree, because when you go off to college, it is a learning experience. This is your step to adulthood, and you having college debt where you have to pay back your tuition, that gives you that responsibility. This is your responsibility now, where you should learn how to budget and save your money, because you know you're going to have that debt to pay back. And that's kind of like your first, should be for most, if you depend upon where you grew up at or where you come from, that's usually your first um, real life experience of, oh, I have responsibilities. I have to pay back this debt. Well, those who may come from lower income families and considered to be on a poverty line, they may not see it that way because most of them are already working hard and they have responsibilities because they have to help their family out, and therefore they cannot attain um, the finances to be able to go to college. And I think that's where it should be stipulations on, even though I know we have scholarships and things of that nature, but it should be stipulations on it being free or more affordable depending upon your financial background. Because I really think everyone should have the opportunity to attend school. I also think one would think this is where it will backfire, because if college was free and it was more attainable for some, it would backfire because now everybody can go. So people think one wouldn't be so serious now because it's like, oh, college, oh, anybody can go to that. And it would make people or students like, they wouldn't care because they might get lazy. They might feel like, oh, I skipped class today. I don't have to go, because they don't have to, they know they don't have to pay that debt back. And they wouldn't take it as serious because it's attainable. Everyone could go. So that is like one of the cons if tuition was free in society. But even with all that being said, I still personally feel a higher education should be more affordable or free for some, because we want a better society. And if we can break the cycle of poverty, education, I believe, is the key to make that happen. When you apply for a job, most jobs these days where you want to make a good amount of money to earn a good living, be able to buy a home and, live the great American dream, you need a college degree. Most. And these days, even just a bachelor's degree is not getting it. That's just like having a high school diploma for some. So what that makes you have to go back to school to get your master's. That definitely should be free, I think. That's my personal opinion, because I want to go back to get my master's after this. But it's something I'm going to have to look into, because just like this, that's not going to be free either. But with that being said, that's a social issue that I think it really needs to be looked into. It needs to be discussed, and I would like to see a plan come about for more people in the world, especially those from low income homes, maybe live on what some would say the wrong side of the track, or they don't have the guidance and the resources to know what they can and what's available out there to them, so they can go to college to get a higher education. That's what I feel, that's what I think, and I really believe with everyone getting education, it will make for a better society. Thank you.